So I explained from my previous video why I'm getting an iPhone 12 Pro for my wife, and it's mainly this LiDAR sensor. Now, another thing I did explain on the previous video is that I run a company that provides digital floor plan, CAD floor plan, sometimes SketchUp, and we pride ourselves to provide a very accurate floor plan, and we got really good client base, and we actually could provide an accuracy up to a span of 30 meters of difference of 3 millimeters in real life. That's literally that much. So recently, one of my clients appointed me to carry out a survey for a warehouse size of 9,000 square feet. So I put the LiDAR into test to wander around the perimeter of this 9,000 square foot warehouse and also into the office space above on the first floor as well. And I actually came out with a very interesting result. So you can see that I'm using the 3D scanner app.com, which you can download for free. And now I'm turning on the LiDAR sensor. The LiDAR sensor is now detected. This is the edge of the roller shutter, and I'm actually walking around the perimeter now, and the purple means it's closer to the sensor and the light blue means it's further away. Now I think the distance, approximate distance that the LiDAR sensor can measure from the iPhone 12 Pro is about 2 to 3 meters, and now it's scanning all the boxes and all the mesh around it. Now if we were to skip about 6 minutes or 7 minutes, it will actually indicate that once you're over half of the way of the memory, your scan is 50% full. I think the 3D scanner app has a capacity up to scanning of 1 gigabyte. So I had to suddenly rush and make sure I get all the perimeter recorded as well. So that was a bit of a challenge. You can see that I'm starting to rush into the measuring of this. So this is the result I got from the first floor of the office size of the warehouse. You can see that it's actually 2 stories. So the entrance and then staircase that leads to the office area. It is actually texturized. In other words, it shows all the images around it as well. And yeah, it's quite interesting. You can see all the details of the doors, and it's all in fragment at the moment. And also if you zoom in, you can see that light, that's the wall mount light unit that is actually duplicated. So you can see there's a difference there. It's not that accurate. Even a single lighting unit is not getting accurately measured at this case, unfortunately. Also, you can see that that's the window frame there of why it's not managed to read the laser, because the laser it can't really measure a transparent window. But like if we go to the texturized version of it, if we go to the main warehouse, this is the result, unfortunate result that I have seen. I think the LiDAR sensor uses GPS as the position of the measurement. Now it managed to get the whole outline, but surprisingly, if you get, this is the edge where I started and I was actually wandering about, but up to the point when I actually got to the last minute, it started to angle. So the starting point and the ending point was different. It actually can measure the overall width, and actually does come up with a very interesting details of all the doors and toiletry unit and so on. But unfortunately, when it comes to the final overall shape, it is actually very disappointing. It's not really reliable, unfortunately, for the 9,000 square foot warehouse of a measurement. So what I've done, as you can see, that end point there, and that's where it's ended, and the starting point is over here on the other side. So what I've done is actually change it into the color blue, that you can see that the shape started to angle a bit, not only on the end bit but also onto this wall here as well. If you carefully look at it, it's also not in a straight line, unfortunately. So it came out as not a reliable source for converting into CAD or into SketchUp. So now, technically on this app, you can actually share this into what we call a SketchUp friendly. You can see here that's DAE, is compatible with SketchUp. So it takes a bit of a while to convert it into this sort of a format. So you can see that it's rendering. After trying to figure out from an Apple device converting to a PC, because I'm using a PC laptop, quite a powerful one, but I managed to convert the 374 megabyte DAE format. This is SketchUp friendly format, and I actually manually forcefully converted into a SketchUp Pro software, and this is the result I get. It's like almost like a haunted house. This is for the office side of it, and the computer, despite being a very powerful PC, is lagging here. It's struggling to move around. It's completely nightmare to get any details from it, and the reason I only managed to get the office area is because the warehouse size is too big. The app cannot handle the size of that file, so I just managed to get the smaller part, which is the office size, converted to SketchUp. And you can see why. It's all these lines here and dots are connected together, and the LiDAR sensor has memorized every single lines of details, and SketchUp is trying to handle it, and it's unfortunately very slow. Yeah, you can see the door detail there, and also several millions of lines that end up looking like a haunted house. So the final conclusion in regards to LiDAR, the practicality and the apps that we got at the moment, it turns out to be quite a disappointment. Actually, there are some use that could be done on this current technology of LiDAR available on the iPhone 12 Pro, is that you can use it as a reminder survey note. In other words, let's say if you measure up manually for every single walls and you're not sure certain parts of the area, you could always zoom in and using the app whether there was a certain piece of furniture or any of the details like lighting units and etc. So those files could be shared upon to your colleagues, but whether using it converted into CAD or SketchUp, as you can clearly see from here, I wouldn't recommend it at all. The other one that could be useful that I could suggest is, yes, you can potentially use this for surveying one or two bedroom flat. For example, if you require to draw it up using it for the lease plan purposes, like ordnance survey map including lease plan purpose, yes, surely you can use it, but about time that you convert it into from your Apple device to your PC and working, and then convert it into SketchUp, it's a bit of a time consuming. So the conclusion is, if you want to provide to a standard of accurate floor plan, no, I wouldn't definitely recommend it for current technology and current apps that is available, unless someone comes up with a really clever device. But on the other side, if you want to use it for survey notes, maybe. So it's quite disappointing. The positions and the lines and the accuracy, it seems that are actually measured up or understood using a GPS system and etc. But overall, for a guy like me who like to provide a very accurate floor plan, it's not practical at all. Disappointing, but just want to let you guys know where it stands with the LiDAR sensor and the upcoming future technology, what needs to improve for the practicality of it. Obviously, LiDAR scanner is used for taking good photos for iPhone photographers and videos and etc. But I just want to explore how it could be used on the construction architecture side, which is not practical at this stage. Anyway, I hope this video helped you understand what this LiDAR sensor is about, how practical it is on my sort of side of profession. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you have any comments to make, please do make it down below, and I'll try to come back to you as soon as possible. Anyway, all the best. Bye bye.